Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. In this video, I would like to share with all of you how are we going to apply primitive objects in AutoCAD. So primitive object ni, kalau you perhatikan, dia hanya melibatkan basic. Dia kalau you tengok home ni, shortcut dia di under modeling. So dia, kalau you perhatikan, dia melibatkan basic. Kami expand this arrow. Dia melibatkan basic shape lah. Okay, that's what it is called as primitive objects, right? Kalau nak yang version penuh, okay, version penuh dia under solids, okay, dia punya command dia semua ni under solid menu. So here you are, is under primitive. So whereby dia terdiri daripada box, cylinder, sphere, polysolid, wedge, cone, pyramid, Taurus. Okay, so we will go through all this one by one. Okay, so jom kita start. Now, let's say I'll start. This is remember, this is the dia punya shortcut. Tetapi dalam shortcut ni dia tidak menunjukkan satu lagi primitive object, yang itu dikenali sebagai polysolid. Okay, so let's say let's start with box first. Okay, click box. Dan sini dia tanya specify first corner. So I'm going to create, let's say, okay, before that I'm going to switch this our view to southwest isometric view. Alright, like this. And then we go to box, and then first corner, just pick anywhere, just click anywhere. And then they will ask, let's say kata kita pergi pada cube dulu. Okay, kita pergi cube. Cube ni, of course, definitely dia semua sama lah kan. Okay, I'm going to on my ortho. Okay, and then you just simply click key in the dimension, because kalau cube semua edges dia, sisi dia semua panjang, sisi dia dimensi ataupun lebar, panjang, ketinggian untuk cube adalah sama kan. So let's say I'm going to make it 200. So just key in 200, 200, 200, enter. There you are. Okay, so kalau sekiranya kita go to shaded with edges, kita rotate, kita orbitkan, it looks like that. Alright. Okay, itu kalau dia melibatkan cube. Then how about, let's say katakan kita nak with a certain rectangular shape, so whatever, okay, with a different dimension of length, width, as well as height. So again, we go to box. Okay, just simply click anywhere. Okay, for our first corner or first point, click anywhere. And then we go to length. Click length. And let's say this is our length. Mana-mana boleh, sini pun boleh, sini pun boleh. Kata I'm going to pick here as my, here lah, okay, as my first length. So let's say I'm going to make my length is 300, enter. And then bring your cursor to here, which is, this is your width. Let's say my width, I'm going to make it 150. Alright, so automatically dia akan extrudekan untuk kita. Kita tak payah pergi macam tadi extrude whatever. So ketinggian dia, you can bring your cursor upwards or downwards. Okay, so let's say I'm going to make it upwards. And let's say the height is 500. So just key in 500. Enter. There you are. Okay, so that is about box, whereby you can create this particular of command dengan melibatkan cube ataupun any kind of rectangle shape dengan different length, width, or dia punya height. So that is about box. So now we go to the next, which is cylinder. So if we click cylinder, right, we just simply pick anywhere. Just pick anywhere as our first point, and then dia tanya kita punya radius, base radius untuk kita create cylinder ni. Okay, right. So I nak ubah kepada diameter instead of radius, so I'm going to use diameter. So let's say the diameter that I'm going to use is, let's say, 200. And nampak dia akan extrude, automatically extrude for S. So you can just bring your cursor upwards or downwards in order to create the extrusion or the height of the cylinder. Let's say I'm going to make it 400. Enter. There you are. Okay. So again, if you go to cylinder, there's another one more which is known as elliptical. Okay, ellipse. You remember ketika di dalam video 2D sketch, I already showed to you how can we apply the ellipse command in AutoCAD. So it's the same. So just click ellipse. Okay, again I'm going to show to you. Go to cylinder. Just now kita just simply click anywhere in order to create the cylinder, kan? But this time, click cylinder, then go to elliptical, and then we just simply pick anywhere as our first point, and then dia akan tanya major and minor. Remember major and minor punya exist dimension. So let's say this is diameter dia major dimension. Let's say I'm going to make it 300, and this is the minor. So major, okay, this is the minor. You just need to bring your cursor here, okay? So the minor tadi 300, minor should be less than major lah kan. So kalau 300, let's say this one dia punya ni, I'm going to make it 100. There you are. Okay, so and automatically again they akan create for us the extrusion command or extrusion activity. So you can just bring your cursor upwards or downwards in order to create the height of the extrusion of this ellipse. And you just need to key in. You hanya perlu key in berapa ketinggian dia. Let's say now, katakan ini saya nak buat ke bawah. Katakan saya buat 250. Enter. There you are. Okay. So I movekan sikit ni. So I movekan dia. Okay, move. Okay, so dan sekiranya I shaded with edges, and if I rotate this, it will look like that. Okay, so now we move to the next. We have to switch back to 2D wireframe. Oops, sorry. 2D wireframe. All right. And then I'm going to proceed with our next primitive objects, which is known as sphere. So sphere ni kita nak buat bulatan lah. Okay, so just bukan bulatan, macam bulatan sphere. Okay, dia asal daripada bulatan. Kalau you go to sphere here, then they will ask us specify center point. So we just let's just simply pick anywhere as our first point. Click. And then we drag our cursor. They will ask us either our radius or our diameter. So let's say I'm going to make it my diameter. Let's say my diameter, I'm going to make it, the diameter is 500. There you are. Okay. Kalau dalam 2D wireframe memang it will look like this. But katakan kalau kita shaded it with edges, it will look like that. Okay, dia akan solidkan. Kalau kita go to shaded, okay, it looks like that. Alright guys. Okay, now I'm going to proceed with next, which is polysolid nanti dulu. I go to wedge first. Go to wedge. Okay, what does it mean by wedge? Kalau kita tengok, kalau kita perhatikan dia punya icon, command also looks like this. And we just specify anywhere as our first corner. Click this one. And then kalau kita nak cube definitely dia punya kesemua edge sama juga macam tadi kita buat untuk box kan. Kalau cube, semua all the edges they should have the same length or the same dimensions. Alright, so but this one since wedge, so it's a half of a box. Okay, half of the box from one edge to another edge. So let's say I'm going to katakan dia punya length atau panjang dia, I nak buat di sini katakan 500. There you are. Okay, as simply as that. So the one for cube, and let's say if we do have with a certain length kita nak bentuk cube, so we just simply go again to wedge and then click anywhere first, and then we go to length. Instead of cube, just now cube, now we go to length, click length. They will ask us, let's say, specify our length. Let's say I'm going to make the length, let's say 500, enter. And then specify our width. Tadi length kan, sekarang ni width lah. Katakan width dia, I nak buat 250. 250, enter. So if you bring your cursor downwards, it will look like that. Height dia, okay, dia akan automatic extrude for us. If you bring your cursor upwards, it will look like that. Okay, downwards, upwards. Kiri kanan tak boleh. Okay, belah sana belah sini tak boleh. This is just upwards or downwards. Let's say I'm going to make it downwards with the height of the extrusion. Let's say 600. Panjang sikit 600. Okay, so instead ini untuk cube ni dia semua sama, dia punya length or dimension, but with let's say if you would like to create wedge like this with different or multiple lengths, width as well as the height, so we can use wedge and then go to length. All right, so now we move to the next primitive object, which is known as cone. Okay, click cone. Okay, they ask us to specify center point, so we just pick anywhere. Just pick anywhere as our center point, and then they will ask us either we can indicate the radius or diameter. So I'm going to use diameter again. Let's say the diameter that I'm going to use is, let's say, 600. Enter. And now the height, they akan automatic extrude for us. You can bring your cursor upwards or downwards. Let's say I'm going to make it upwards, whereby the height is, let's say, 400. There you are. Okay, so kita cuba tengok kalau kita shade that with edges, so it will look like that. Okay, it will look like that. Alright. So let's start number 3. So again, alright, and this time I'm going to use ellip. I'm going to pick elliptical. Okay, elliptical sama juga macam ni tadi, cylinder tadi kan, kita boleh buat cylinder dan elliptical. The same concept. Go to elliptical, then they ask us our first point, so we can just click anywhere as our first point. Just click anywhere, and then of course different as what I mentioned to just now, they will ask us about our major length as well as minor length. So let's say the major length, I'm going to make it, let's say, 400, and the minor one, I'm going to make it, let's say, 200. Okay, so again, ni tak, ni macam tak berapa obvious nampak, tapi sikit tau, I buat seperti semula. Okay, elliptical, let's say I'm going to make it 600, and the minor one, let's say I'm going to make it 200. There you are. So you just need to bring, in this case, once after you have recreated or key in or the major as well as the minor length of this elliptical or ellipse, you just need they are automatic. They automatic create for us the extrusion command, the extrude command. So what you need to do is that you just need to bring some other cursor ke atas atau ke bawah in order to create the extrusion. So let's say I'm going to make downwards pula kali ni, whereby dia punya ni, let's say 600. Enter. And if we shaded it with edges, it looks like that. Okay, it looks like that. So you can play around with all these primitive objects later on. Okay, ini dia lebih mempercepatkan lah, mempermudahkan you all untuk menghasilkan certain object. Sekiranya let's say katakan you nak create that particular object dengan melibatkan primitive object ni, okay, so dia lebih mudah. So you no need to create sketch, lepas tu you kena joinkan dia, and then you go to extrude. So it's not necessary to use that if let's say katakan you nak menggunakan atau melibatkan objek-objek seperti ini. Okay, alright, now after cone, if we go to pyramid, okay, pyramid ni dia sama juga. Pyramid, let's say we just simply click anywhere here. Okay, and now dia untuk case pyramid ni, dia boleh juga kita gunakan untuk polygon. Okay, kita nak buat polygon. Let's say for this time katakan pyramid, normally dia akan ada pyramid. So go pyramid. So kalau kita go to sides, kita ambil sides, dia mesti 5, kita ambil 4. Okay, kata kita ambil 4, enter. Alright, so just pick anywhere as our center point. Pick anywhere first. Pick anywhere. There you are. Okay, so di sini dia tanya inscribe. Okay, so I off dulu ni kalau to the wireframe, because kalau tak nanti dia akan ganggu kita punya view. Alright, so go to pyramid, go to sides. Pyramid normally 4. Okay, then enter. So specify center point. You just simply pick anywhere as our point, first point. Nampak? Ni inscribe. Dia sama juga macam konsep polygon di dalam 2D sketch. Okay, kita ada inscribe, okay, dan juga circumscribe. So for this particular case, ini adalah circumscribe. Okay, circumscribe ini kalau you perhatikan, dia punya distance from the center to the, pada yang dotted line tu kan, you perhatikan yang dotted line kan, daripada middle of the other side of each. Okay, so let's say I'm going to make it 400. Enter. Okay, and then straight away, okay, I can create for us the extrusion command. So let's say I'm going to make it the height. I'm going to bring my cursor upwards. The height, let's say I'm going to make it 800. Enter. Right. Kalau you nak buat, let's say polygon sides, then let's say kalau hexagon, let's say hexagon 5. Enter. Okay, ataupun sebelum tu I nak tunjuk pada you bagaimana kita nak circumscribe pula. Okay, sides, okay, 4-sided. Enter. Okay, click. Then this one, kalau kata sorry, yang tadi tu circumscribe, sekarang saya nak buat inscribe. Pilih inscribe. Okay, bila I pilih inscribe, this one, click this one, click this one, inscribe. Okay, bila dia click inscribe, dia akan tukar pada circumscribe. So this is inscribe. Okay, kalau you perhatikan inscribe dia, nampak you tengok dotted line kan, that one is actually dia punya length. Okay, the length of this pyramid. Okay, for 4 edges, right? So let's say I'm going to make it 500 as well. Dia punya length of the inscribe. So press enter. Lepas tu you can just simply drag your cursor upwards or downwards in order to create the height. So let's say I'm going to make it 400. Enter. There you are. Okay, so now let's say kata kita nak buat polygon hexagon, let's say for example, same sides, let's say hexagon 5. Enter. Okay, then just simply click anywhere. Sama juga dia ada circumscribe as well as inscribe. Sekarang ni kita berada dalam inscribe activities, inscribe mode. Okay, so you just, if let's say if you would like to change or switch to circumscribe, you just need to bring your cursor here and click this circumscribe sehingga dia bertukar kepada inscribe. Kalau dia tulis inscribe ni bermaksud kita sekarang kita berada circumscribe. Kalau kita klik this one, dia keluar circumscribe, sebab maknanya sekarang kita berada di dalam inscribe. Yang ini kalau kita nak switchkan daripada inscribe sekarang ni ke circumscribe. Alright, so let's say katakan you perhatikan itu dia yang dotted line, that one is actually dia punya length for inscribe. Let's say the inscribe, I'm going to make it, let's say 600. Enter. And then you just need to, again, as usual for primitive object, you can just bring your cursor whether upwards or downwards in order to create the hexagon pyramid extrusion length or height. This I'm going to make it downwards, and the height I'm going to make it, let's say 750. Enter. Okay, we can play around this one. This I'm going to make it shaded with edges. Kita tengok, kita orbitkan, and it looks like that. Okay. Okay, now we move to the next, which is Taurus. Taurus ni dia macam kuih keria lah, ataupun kuih donat, right? Okay, so kalau go to here, okay, so they will ask us center point, so you just need to bring your cursor and just click anywhere. Just click anywhere as our first point. Then the second one, they ask us our radius. So we can pick either radius or diameter. Let's say I'm going to make it diameter. I buat kat sini sikit lah. I buat sini pasal dia. Okay, buat sini. Taurus. and then I just simply click anywhere as my first point or center point, and then they ask us either we can key in radius or diameter. Let's say in this case I'm going to make it diameter. Radius pun boleh, tak masalah. So radius, let's say I'm going to make it the radius 600 radius, enter, and then they ask us our tube radius. Tube radius ni, okay, kalau I kecilkan sikit, nampak? Okay, itu kita punya tube radius. Okay, so let's say I'm going to make it 40 my tube radius, 40, enter. So it will select that. Ini adalah kita punya, merupakan kita punya tube radius dia. Okay, radius 40 baru masuk diameter untuk tube ni. Kalau I shaded with edges ni, ini tube dia ni. Tube ni dia berdiameter 80 lah, because radius tadi I letak 40 kan. Okey, manakala daripada titik center ni sampai ke nampak yang garisan tengah ni, garisan tengah ni, garisan ini yang tadi mula-mula tadi kita buat yang untuk torus, click anywhere. Okey, dia tanya kita punya specify radius atau diameter ni kan tadi I klik diameter dan I masukkan 600 kan. Masukkan 600. Okey, yang first tu adalah merupakan daripada center point ni sehingga ke sini, yang 600 tu, yang garisan ni. Nampak garisan ni? Okey, garisan yang ni. Okey, garisan yang ni. Okey, garisan ni from the center point to here, di mana garisan ni adalah merupakan center untuk tube ni jugalah, dikira center untuk tube juga. Okay, tetap. So kita nak tengok from this center to here is 600. Manakala bila dia tanya untuk inner yang ni, buat balik let's see, tadi I ambil diameter 600. Okay, dan inner, ni dia tanyakan specify tube radius. So okay, specify tube radius. Tube radius tu tadi I buat 40 kan, 40. So mana kalau radius 40 baru masuk dia punya diameter ini adalah 80. Alright guys, so that is about the torus. And the last one, which is polysolid. Polysolid ini quite interesting. Okay, why I like this one? Kenapa? Let's say I'm going to pick polysolid. Okay, let's say these two is the important parameters that we need to concern in polysolid. Okay, before that, I just simply click first. I nak tunjuk pada you all. You just simply click, but you have to make sure you auto on. Click, okay, click, and then you can just simply click here. Alright. Then once after confirm, press enter. Okay, sampai dia punya ni command line ni blank. Okay, kalau you perhatikan di sini, okay, ini adalah dia punya height kan. Bila kita klik polysolid ni tadi, dia tanya height dengan width kan. So height ni, kalau tak distance, okay, distance, enter. So distance, ini adalah dia punya height from here to here, which is 80. Manakala width dia adalah from here to here. Okay, kalau I off kan dia punya, I beri to the wireframe, width dia adalah from here to here, which is 5. Okay, now kita buat sekali lagi. Polysolid. Okay, katakan I pergi kepada height terlebih dahulu. Height dia kata I nak buat 50. Enter. Then go to width. Kata width dia I nak buat 30. Enter. Okay, now they ask us to specify our starting point. So just pick anywhere as our start point or starting point. Click anywhere. Dan let's say if you play around with this one. Okay, you boleh main-main lagi So once after confirm, enter. Sampai command line ni blank. Okay, now kita tengok kita perhatikan So dia punya, kalau kita ambil ujung ni, sama je nak kira kat mana-mana sama je. Tadi saya letak, okay, kalau distance, DIST, enter, distance. So dia punya width ni tadi 30. Okay, dia perlu distance untuk width 30. Ni, this one. Manakala kalau kita nak tengok height tadi saya letak 50 kan. So the height is from here to here. 50. Right? So again, kalau kita nak ubah sekali lagi, go to polysolid, then height, let's say this time height I nak buat 200, enter. And then let's say width pula, kata width kali ni I nak buat width ni, I nak buat let's say 80, enter. Okay, now starting point, we just simply click anywhere here. Okay, from here to here, let's say jarak dia, length dia I nak buat let's say 1000. Okay, then bring to here, let's say 5000 mm. Then bring to here, let's say 3500. Okay, kalau masuk sini katakan 2000, enter. Okay, once satu confirm, enter. Okay, so kalau kita perhatikan di sini, dia punya width, PIST, for distance, enter. Dia punya width tadi, kalau you still remember, kita buat 80. Manakala dia punya height from here to here is 200. Okay, click this one. Distance is 200. Right? Okay. Okay, so that is all about the primitive objects in SolidWorks. So you can play around with all these command, dan tengoklah kalau let's say in your project, AutoCAD project, kalau ada yang boleh menggunakan all this kind of primitive object, you can simply straight away go and select this primitive object, rather than you have to draw it one by one, and then you have to join it, and then you extrude. Okay, this is much more faster. Okay guys, so thank you for your attention, and I will see you in our next videos. Thank you very much.